The big idea that we want people to get very clear on the very first session of identity is the great news that because of the identity of Jesus, we don't have to guess who God is. Now, we know that many people view different religions as all about being in the business of speculation. That is, the different religions are all trying to guess about who they think created us. But in the first session of identity, we take people to John chapter 1 and we show them that Jesus is fully and utterly divine. And because he is fully and utterly divine, when he speaks, when he communicates with us, he speaks from a vantage point of knowledge, and therefore his words are certain, and therefore his words should be believed. Now you see in John chapter 1 that Jesus is called the Word. Now for many people, the Word is a bit of an odd name for anybody to have, but just think about it. Words are excellent when we try and communicate with people. And the reason that Jesus is called the Word in John chapter 1 is because he is the divine spokesman for the divine family. Now you might think, hang on a minute, what's all this about a divine family? Well, in the first session of identity, we introduce people to God as Trinity. And the illustration that we use is we say that our God is much more like a divine family than a lonely individual or some sort of impersonal force. 3 eternal members, 3 divine members who are so perfectly united in love that together they form one God. Now sometimes people like to say that God's a bit like a triangle or God's like water. Can I just encourage you not to use those illustrations? Our God is not like a triangle, our God is not like water, but he is much more like a divine family. 3 eternal members, 3 divine members who are so perfectly united in love that together they form the one God. Now, any tips on the first session of identity? I guess I would say allow people to ask whatever question they want to ask. No question is too stupid, no question is too outrageous, and we want to give people the freedom to say what is ever on their mind. The other tip I would have about questions is don't be too keen and too eager to answer everybody's questions on the first week. Very often someone will ask a question that will come up later in the course, in one of the later sessions. And what I've done on many, many occasions is taken people to the contents page of their participants book, shown them which session the question will come up, and said, do you want to wait until then and we can chat about it? And so often they're very happy to park their question, which is excellent because it enables them to hear some of the other questions that God has for them and some of the other things that God would have them hear. Now, if you want any more details, just download the Identity Leaders book and you'll find lots more answers to any of your questions there.